Even when I'm supposed to be taking a break, I still find myself wanting to film a video because I love what I do so much. And what's interesting about this break is I got to play a game that I literally was not able to stop playing on my Nintendo Switch here. And I played it days before my surgery, and the day after my surgery, the day that I'm filming this video, hasn't even been 24 hours since the surgery, I finished that game. That game being Pizza Tower. And I enjoyed it so much, I felt like I had to talk about this game because this had so much potential of what I played and what I enjoyed. This game was amazing, and I really wanted to talk about it. So, once again, it's crazy to me. I'm supposed to be taking this break because I just had surgery. I'm actually in pain as I film this video, but I wanted to talk about Pizza Tower for the Nintendo Switch so bad. So let's talk about how Pizza Tower has been out for almost a year now, and this game was meant for the Nintendo Switch. However, from my understanding though, it was only released on the PC. It wasn't even released on other consoles. And this game takes heavy inspiration of the Wario Land series. Now, I haven't played the Wario Land series before, so I'll be making comparisons to another game out there, but I know that the main focus of Pizza Tower and its inspiration was Wario. And I think it's safe to say with some of the character designs out there with Pizza Tower that you can see the resemblance of Wario. Each level of Pizza Tower is an extremely fast-paced setting where you're at the beginning of the level, just exploring it as fast as you can, and towards the end of the level, it's basically a countdown. You gotta beat the level, get back to where you started in a span of 3 minutes, depending, it could be all over the place depending the type of level that you're playing. But because of that, I'm going to be making the comparison of this game reminding me a lot of Sonic titles out there and certain levels within the 2D Sonic series. One of the things that I loved about Pizza Tower was the different levels that was throughout this game. At one point you're doing platforming, and then in another level you got like a scary setting of a level where you can't make noise, and if noises are about to go off you need to beat this thing in 5 seconds, or gates will come flying out, and then you got scary robots trying to kill you that can instantly kill you. To then playing, once again, golf. It's crazy the amount of unique levels that Pizza Tower has to offer. And because of that, it offers an incredibly unique soundtrack. I loved the Pizza Tower soundtrack. Now, normally when I play games like this, the platformings, the fast-paced type of games, I typically, if there's no voice acting or anything like that, I will put on my own music to play while playing the game. But throughout playing Pizza Tower, I didn't play any music of my own. I just listened to this soundtrack to immerse myself into the world of Pizza Tower. And I wanted to talk about its animations and its art style, because the combination of the two is what makes the game very special. Now, its art style is something that you don't really see out there. I feel like a lot of the times of games that are making inspirations out there like to go with the SNES style, the Game Boy Advance style. There's never been anything trying to do its own thing. It always wants to have something to be inspired by. This right here is its own thing. And its art style is what makes the animation so great. This game's animations are so clean throughout the entire game. I loved seeing the animations of Pizza Tower. It looked so smooth, and for a Nintendo Switch game, this is probably one of the smoothest animations I've seen in a very long time in these types of games. Now normally, it takes me a while to beat a game because I'm such a busy person, and maybe with me being on this break is why I was able to beat this game, but I was having so much fun that I finished this game in 3 days. I was enjoying it so much of what I was playing. The fact that I'm sitting here making a review on this is pretty crazy to me because never in a million years was I expecting to talk about Pizza Tower. I knew this game was going to come out to Nintendo Switch at some point, but never in a million years did I think I was going to enjoy it so much that I would beat the game and want to sit here and do a video on Pizza Tower. I want to talk about the character designs throughout the game. One of the things that I thought was the coolest thing ever is that I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be a reference to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At one point, you are fighting Cheese Pizza, and each slice of pizza is wearing the bandanas of the turtles. So you'll see a red bandana, you'll see a blue one, you'll see an orange one, and I thought that is really cool because throughout these levels, you're going to see incredibly unique designs of the enemies in the game. Stop the video right now. Now, we are trying to hit a goal of hitting 15,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Now, if you are not already subscribed, don't worry about this. Continue on with the video. But if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, we are making crazy content. If y'all could give us a chance to just subscribe, we would greatly appreciate it, because we've been putting out crazy bangers after bangers in terms of videos. This has been our best year on YouTube yet, and I know next year is even going to be better. So if you've decided to subscribe after this weird commercial that I just did, thank you. Even the boss fights of this game every single time felt super fun and unique. Now, I'm not gonna lie, some of the boss fights were more easy than the actual levels that I was playing of Pizza Tower. And I felt some of the bosses were a little bit too easy. Now, there definitely was some difficult ones out there, but for example, I felt like the final boss was pretty easy. Compared to all the other boss fights that the game had to offer, I would say the boss fight was the easiest thing. And it shouldn't have been because of the type of gameplay mechanics it was having. But I think the game gave you too many opportunities to make that last level very easy. But I love the unique designs of this game. I love the unique intros that you'll see when you're about to fight a boss battle. They make it hype up like it's about to be like a boxing match where you got your character versus the character. It's like super hype. And you'll see cutscenes throughout this game with this art style that I think is what makes the game so unique and so special. Now, there's one thing in this game that I was heavily disappointed about, because I felt there was so much room with some of the things that you could do with these items. Now, in Pizza Tower, you're gonna run into some levels where there are power-ups. And a lot of these power-ups are really cool. However, most of the levels only uses them once, and you don't typically see those power-ups anymore. There was a power-up where you're becoming like a fire-breathing character, and it made for unique levels because your character was setting things on fire. So you had TNT blocks around you, and you had to be smart with what you were doing. And because of that, this is where I talk about the animations again. Using the power-ups with these animations just looks so perfect. It looked clean. I enjoyed these power-ups so much because I felt it opened the doors to some incredibly unique levels that Pizza Tower had, but then once you're done with those power-ups, you don't see them again. It reminds me a lot of the Mario Bros series. Mario Bros has some incredible power-ups, and a lot of these 3D Mario games, you'll see these power-ups used maybe once or twice in a level, and they're never touched again. They just move on to the next power-up. And when I played Pizza Tower, I kind of felt the same thing was happening here. I saw this incredibly unique power-up not being utilized anymore after that one level. And Pizza Tower doesn't really have many power-ups, to be honest with you. I think off the top of my head, I can think of like 3 or 4. So power-ups are something that aren't really used a lot in these levels. And I think that is one big giant missed opportunity considering how many levels you have in Pizza Tower. I was also amazed the amount of content that Pizza Tower had to offer for it being a $20 game. There is so many things you can do within Pizza Tower, and even when you beat the game, there's still room to do other things. I'm not gonna spoil what's to happen, but there was something that happened. I was like, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that to happen when I beat the game. Now, I think this is incredible, but once again, it makes me wish that the power-ups would have been utilized more because you just had so many levels. That is honestly the one complaint that I have with this game. And maybe that's a good complaint. I don't know. I just felt like I was bamboozled. I was like, oh, look at these power-ups, and then they just got taken away from me. I'm excited to see what the future of this series is going to be because I know with how popular Pizza Tower is already before it came to the Switch, it's going to be even more popular now that it is on the Nintendo Switch. And it even got shown off at a Nintendo Direct, which is a major big deal. And I'm happy for this development team to have it get its notice, and let alone be on a Nintendo platform, which is probably what they wanted to be on in the very first place since it's inspired by Wario. There's a lot of potential here, and it's going to be interesting in a few years to see what the future of Pizza Tower is going to be. Not to mention, early next year, it's getting a physical release. It's getting this awesome collector's edition, and it makes me want an amiibo of the guy because after seeing this collectible figurine you get when you buy the collector's edition, I'm like, wow, this guy would make a great amiibo. I wanted you guys to know that a physical release was on the way because we do so much when it comes to Nintendo Switch and its physical releases that people were probably thrown off that I'm talking about a digital game and was wondering when the physical release was coming. Fangamer is doing the release and it is coming out 2025. With all our cards thrown out on the table, I feel like Pizza Tower to me is a 9 out of 10 game. I greatly enjoyed playing this and I was not really expecting to enjoy it so much to where I was going to beat the game, let alone do a YouTube video on it. It was one of those games, once I started playing, I couldn't stop playing. I just only wanted to play Pizza Tower and that was it. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't play a single other game out there that I should have been playing because I had a list of games I wanted to play on this break. Pizza Tower kind of came out of nowhere and I was like, okay, let me give this a try. It's just $20. Let's see what the hype is. And I ended up beating that game. And like I said, it amazes me that I'm doing a video on this game because I'm not gonna say it's out of character, it's just not a normal thing for me to do because I don't typically have the time to beat these type of games nowadays. So I highly recommend Pizza Tower. For $20, you can't go wrong with it. And the fact that I can only tell you one issue with the game, that being its power-ups, I think speaks to how great of a game this is. Its animations and art style is what makes me continue to want to play this game, and it's just overall a very fun game that I think a lot of y'all will enjoy. If you're a fan of the Sonic series, I think you'll greatly enjoy this. I know the inspiration is Wario Land, but I can't really make the Wario Land comparisons since I did not play those games. Guys, I have been talking for way too much. Make sure to backslash that subscribe button, like the video, check out my Twitter, check out the Discord server, become a Monado Marine, $5 a month. Check out our Instagram, which is also in the description below. And I want to know what you guys think. If you've played Pizza Tower, what do you think of the game? Is Pizza Tower overrated or is it underrated? Or does people just need to talk about it more? Because I am on the Pizza Tower boat now. This is a game that everyone should play, depending the type of games that you play, of course. Because I know not every game is meant for everyone. Either way, this is a great game. Pick it up, 9 out of 10. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Now it's time to actually go back on my break, or I'm at least gonna try, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, I should do a video on this, or Nintendo's gonna be like, ha, Switch 2 is being revealed next week. One of these days. I enjoy what I do so much, so I'm not complaining. I love that I got to do a video. See you guys. Bye.